Have you ever stopped to think about how many times you've avoided doing something out of fear of what others might think? Perhaps it was an idea you wanted to share, a project you've always dreamed of starting, or even a simple no that you needed to give but didn't. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. Today, I'm going to show you 5 ways to stop worrying so much about others' opinions and finally live your life the way you want. Understand that you'll never please everyone. Let's be honest. There will always be someone who disagrees, criticizes, or thinks you should be different. And you know what? That's completely normal. The key here is to understand that it's not your job to please everyone. Once you realize this, it becomes easier to accept that differing opinions are just part of life. It's not about you being insufficient, it's about people having different tastes and perspectives. So when you hear criticism, ask yourself, is this opinion truly relevant to me, or is it just one more perspective from someone who sees the world differently? Focus on what you can control. We have absolutely no control over what others think. You may do something with the best intentions in the world, yet someone will still find a way to misinterpret it. It's frustrating, I know, but it's also liberating. You don't control others' thoughts. But what do you control? Your actions, your attitudes, your choices. Focusing on what's within your reach, what you can truly change, is like trading a heavy load for a lighter backpack. When you shift your focus away from others' judgments and onto becoming a better version of yourself, you'll notice that others' opinions lose their power. After all, you're too busy building your own life to worry about what's outside of your control. Develop a growth mindset. Here's the truth people rarely mention. When you worry too much about what others think, it's often because you're afraid of seeming imperfect. But guess what? We all are. And that's amazing. Adopting a growth mindset means understanding that every mistake, every criticism, and every failure is a learning opportunity, not proof that you're not good enough. Imagine that you're in the middle of the grand game of life. What matters isn't the scoreboard others are keeping, but how much you're learning with each play. So if someone criticizes you or dislikes something you've done, view it as feedback, not an attack. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? And move forward, stronger and wiser. Reflect on what truly matters in your life. Not every opinion should carry the same weight in your life. Ask yourself, who really knows you, who's there for you in tough times, who genuinely wants what's best for you? Often, we worry about what distant or unfamiliar people think of us, while overlooking those who are close by and rooting for our success. Make a mental list of the people who truly matter to you: family, close friends, mentors, those who are always there when you need them. These people are worth listening to. Their opinions come from a place of care and concern. But when someone who barely knows you or has never experienced your reality criticizes you, well, that's like a stranger watching you from afar and thinking they know who you are. You don't need to carry that with you. Build your self-confidence with small daily actions. Now, let's talk about putting this into practice. You may have heard that confidence doesn't develop overnight, right? It's like a muscle that you need to train. And the best way to do this is with small daily actions. Start by challenging yourself in smaller situations. That comment you always wanted to make in a meeting but held back out of fear? Say it. Or that outfit you love but hesitate to wear because you think people might look at you funny? Wear it. Each time you act without worrying about others' judgment, you're telling yourself, I trust myself and my worth. And this inner voice gets stronger every day. Over time, you'll realize that others' opinions no longer affect you as much, because the opinion that matters most, yours, has become increasingly positive and steady. Living without fear of others' judgments is an act of courage. This courage isn't about the absence of fear, it's about deciding to move forward even when fear appears. Because, ultimately, this is your life. You're the one who will live with the consequences of your choices, not others. So, instead of spending energy trying to please everyone, use that strength to build the life you want to live. After all, who's going to write your story? You, or the opinions of others?